What is happening? Welcome back to the 5 Yard Film Sessions. Before we go any further, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Today's episode is all about one of my favourite prospects in the 2021 NFL Draft, Trey Lance, quarterback out of North Dakota State. One of the most divisive prospects in this class. No doubt because he's a quarterback, but also because of the level of opposition he has faced at NDSU and the style of quarterback he is as well. 6'4", 224 pounds. He is a dual threat. He has over 1,300 rushing yards in 2019. He played just one game in 2020, an exhibition game, after Trey Lance had opted out of the spring season at FCS level. So his rushing in 2019 averaged 6.5 yards per attempt. In one game in 2020, he had 143 yards on the ground, 0 interceptions in 2019. He did throw one in that exhibition game against Central Arkansas. Two things that we particularly like about Trey Lance. First of all, his powerful running style. When you hear dual threat quarterback, you might think about Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. Trust me, Trey Lance is a different kid to those two guys. And of course, as well as being a running threat, he has an incredibly strong arm, possibly the strongest arm in this draft class. Now, I did say this was a divisive prospect, and here are some of the reasons why people are low on Trey Lance. First of all, he has just one full season as a starter, 17 starts and just 208 completed passes. He's never lost a college football game. At times, his footwork can be basic, and that may be some issues with his lower body mechanics. We'll look at that in a moment. He takes hits when he's on the run. He very rarely slides and seeks the defender and embraces the tackle. I don't think NFL franchises will want their first-round draft pick doing that at the next level. And of course, one thing that Lance is never going to get away from is he's faced FCS opposition. So if you like Trey Lance, you're going to do your best to ignore that. If you don't, and you think he's going to be a reach at the top end of the first round, you're going to mention it quite a lot. There's nothing Trey Lance can do about the opposition he faces ultimately. What I'm going to try and do in this video is give you an unbiased opinion, because I really do like this talent, but I am trying to give as much balance as possible. Prior to entering college football, he had just one major offer. That was from the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Because Lance played on both sides of the ball at high school, they wanted him to be recruited as a defensive back. He wanted to play quarterback, and so decided to go to North Dakota State. He hasn't run a 40 at North Dakota's Pro Day, but he did clock a 21 miles per hour run in the 2020 FCS National Championship game. Let's move on to the things that we like about Trey Lance. We're going to start with the FCS Championship game against James Madison. What we're going to see here is Trey Lance's playmaking ability. Here we have Lance on his own 29-yard line, 3rd and 11, and they're down by a score early in the game. You can see the tight end is practically playing here as a receiver. We've got trips to the right, running back to the left. Everything about this suggests passing play. Let's have a look at what happens. Now you see, just as the ball is snapped, one of the linebackers comes up to make this a 5-man rush. We've got 2 linebackers in the middle spying the run. That's when Lance sets off. Now at this point, you can see a good block from 66 to the first man. 52 on James Madison is trying to come across. He's never going to get there. He gets the first down with ease. He uses his legs to get even further yardage, finally taken down at the opposition 38. One thing we're going to talk about later on is not taking the knee, not sliding down. He's obviously been tackled. You see the defensive back is there ready to make the tackle. If he doesn't hit the ground, he does get a 33-yard gain here. And we've gone from 3rd and 11, comfortably in his own territory, to set up a great situation for the Bison. This next play, we're going to look at Trey Lance's arm strength in the game against South Dakota State in 2019. This formation that we're going to see here was used a lot by the Bison. This is Lance's bread and butter. We've got 7 at the line of scrimmage, a tight end either side, I formation with a fullback and a running back, and just 1 receiver out to the right. 1st and 20, just over the halfway line. What we expect here is a running play, and you can see that the defense have brought 5 to the line of scrimmage, and we've got another linebacker to the right side of the Bison offensive line, spying a run right. As I said, this play is about his arm strength. So they're going to break the mold, and we're going to see a throw. Lance takes the snap, fakes the handoff to the running back. Now, when he makes this throw, he is planted on his 45. We're going to see a deep throw to the right, the only receiver out on the field. Now, that really should be caught. It's a good throw, slightly overthrown, but you would be expecting an NFL caliber wide receiver to be taking that. Now, why am I showing you this? I want you to watch this again and focus just on Lance's arm strength. He's just thrown the ball 40 yards. Look at the lack of effort, the minimal effort it's taken for him to sling the ball that far. He sets his feet, takes that half a step up, and with ease throws from the 45. I think the ball lands here at the 8. If you've got a speedster on the outside, Trey Lance can find him. As I said, I think this is the strongest arm in the 2021 draft class. We'll have one more look at Trey Lance's arm here, and this is the game against Western Illinois in 2019. If you want to fall in love with Trey Lance, this is undoubtedly his best tape. Now we can see this time he's in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, step back, and he's going to be throwing from his own 40-yard line. He takes 3 steps drop. When he releases that ball, we can see when Lance releases the ball here, something quite rare is happening. Usually the Bison O-line manages to maintain a clean pocket for Trey Lance, but you can see on his blind side here, a defender has got through and he's within a yard. He's hit after the throw, but not before. A huge throw down inside the 10. Now, this time the ball was caught. Yet again, I want you to look at how easy it is for Trey Lance to make what is essentially a 50-yard throw. Good footwork here. That's something we're going to look at again. Makes the throw under pressure. It's a beautiful ball. Caught at the 12 and out of bounds at the 10. As I said, the strongest arm in this draft class. I said that the Western Illinois tape was possibly the best that he'd put up, and we're going to look at another play here. This is something I would like to see more of from Trey Lance. We're going to see his ability to release the ball quickly. One of the bad habits that he has got into is because of a superior O-line, he can hold on to the ball and wait for either a receiver to get free downfield or take off and run with the ball. Here we can see that Lance has got that quick release. It's 2nd and 8 on his own 35. What we're going to see is he notices that his first read is open. He takes the quick decision, hits him, and the yards after the catch get a fresh set of downs. Takes the snap, looks right, he sees his man in space, completes the pass. He's got 2 yards to get the first down. Good work to get it. Here's a subtlety to Lance's game that we like. One more snap from the Western Illinois game. We're going to see again 7 at the line of scrimmage, a tight end either side. What Lance does here is he commits to the play action. He keeps the defensive line honest while it looks as though he's committed to the run, opens up enough room for his running back, who's going to be desperately close to getting a touchdown here. It was one thing I was critical of Zach Wilson, that he didn't always sell the play action well to the defense, but let's have a look at how Lance manages it here. So there's the handoff. What I want you to concentrate now is not on the running back, but on Lance. Now, those 2 defensive linemen highlighted there, they're waiting to see, are they coming out to the outside zone run, or are they going to come up through the middle to take Lance? If Lance hands off and waits, then the defenders know this is a running play. What Lance is able to do is sells the run, keeps those defenders honest for just that split second to open up the room for his running back. He takes off through the middle. By the time the defenders know what's coming, the space is there. First down and more, desperately close to a touchdown. Now, the fans think they've got it, but he was down at the 2. Okay, some of the downsides with Trey Lance. Now, this is from the 2020 game against Central Arkansas, his only game of 2020. And what we're going to see here is his footwork. To me here, he looks stiff. He looks robotic. Looks like someone who's been to a salsa class for the first time. Now, Lance's footwork is generally very good, but sometimes he can take these big strides back to try and set his feet. I'm not quite sure what an NFL offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach is going to think about this, but I want you to focus purely on his footwork here. You see that? It looks to me like somebody who's learning a tango for the first time. Let's have another look. Takes the ball. One big step, cross at the back. He gets the pass away, incomplete. I'm not sure about the footwork there. And that's not the only example. We're going to see this habit again, this time in the 2019 FCS Championship game against James Madison. Again, looks stiff, his feet look heavy. Great stride back. His legs are almost parallel. He then uses his hips to get the pass away. And again, it's another incompletion. Now, I'm not sure whether there is a correlation between his footwork, his lower body mechanics, and the fact that these two passes are incompletions, but it's not often you see a quarterback take the snap, one great stride, let me see another half step, and then he relies on his hip work to get the throw off. Something to think about before he enters the NFL. Okay, final play that we're going to look at today. We're back to the Central Arkansas game in 2020. First of all, we're going to focus on this as a run from Trey Lance because, as I said, he's a dual threat quarterback, but he's a power runner. He's more of a Josh Allen style runner than he is a Lamar Jackson or a Kyler Murray. So first of all, we're going to watch this play and appreciate the run. Secondly, we're going to focus on something he needs to improve on. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs left, gets to the outside, and now he's got space. Cuts back in. First down. Now we're going to focus on something that concerns me. This is great. The handoff, the designed run. He's out in space on the left. He's got the blocker in front. Now here, Trey Lance knows exactly what is going to happen at this stage. Here's what concerns me. He's got a great block out to his left. Lance has, at this point, a 4-yard gain. We'll look at it about a 7 or 8 yard gain if he hits out of bounds. Lance knows what's happening. He can see there is a defender without a block, without any sort of coverage in front of him. The way his feet are pointing, Lance is headed back towards the sideline after cutting in, and the defender knows where it's coming. Now, if this was a running back, I would be praising the fact that he's strong through the contact and fought to get every inch for the first down. But Trey Lance isn't a running back. Trey Lance is a quarterback. You want this guy to be taking snaps on your team for 10, 15 years. So if I'm his offensive coordinator, get out of bounds, take the 7-8 yard gain and go with 2nd and 2. Here he's thinking he's almost as a running back would be. And I'm worried that at NFL level, he's going to get himself hurt. He initiates contact, gets the first down. Lowers the shoulder, good contact. Like I said, if this was a power back, I'd say what a fantastic piece of work it was. But if I'm Trey Lance, please protect yourself. So that is it for Trey Lance, an electric playmaker, a running quarterback with a really strong arm. He was rusty in his only game in 2020 against Central Arkansas, completing just 50% of his passes and throwing his only career interception to date. I love Trey Lance's potential and what he may be. He might not be a starter on day one, but if a franchise can be patient and let him sit for a year, we may see the best of him. Let us know what you think. Is Trey Lance going to succeed in the NFL? He's a low floor, high ceiling prospect. Is he going to boom or is he going to bust? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you next time.